Hi and welcome to our channel. Okay, today I'm going to show you how to do the specific layout in my digital planner. This is probably one of the most highly requested videos for a while on our channel because we post this or like this type of layout all of the time on our Instagram. So I'm going to show you how to recreate it today. I will be using my iPad Pro and the app Goodnotes. And the Passion Planner Digital Daily Undated Planner. This is the layout that we're going to recreate. This is going to be really beneficial to watch too if you're someone who's new to digital planning and you're still trying to navigate like how to use your iPad, how to use Goodnotes, how to use your digital planner. I think it's always a good idea to kind of just copy what someone does just to be more familiar with the tools and the features of all these different kind of apps and operating systems. So keep watching, and I already know I'm gonna get this comment because I get this all of the time on our reels or on our planner layouts on our Instagram. There'll be people who will say like, oh well, this takes like so much time, like why even bother planning? I'm telling you right now, once you set this up, like it really only takes me like 15 minutes, if not less, to like plan this out. And once I've set up the foundation for this, because really what I do is I just copy and paste this into a different layout the next day, and maybe I'll change the stickers, maybe I won't, but I do just edit what it says and then it's done. So make sure you stay tuned because I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me go to a new day and get into editing mode in Goodnotes. So I'm going to use the Friendship Sticker Book. This is from Passion Planner Digital. I like to use split view for pretty much everything. So to do that, you would click on this icon right here and click open in new window. I am going to try to go really slow. I did take everyone's feedback from other videos where they're saying, you know, this is too fast, this isn't for beginners. So you could also even watch this in like 0.5 speed on the YouTube settings too if you want to. Okay, so then I'm going to take the lasso tool here and I'm going to start moving stickers into my layout. So with the lasso tool selected, you would just circle a sticker, long press so it pops out, and then drag it onto this side. And you can resize it by dragging on the corner here. If this ever happens and it's like not actually moving into the other screen, you have to make sure that you long press and then just stay still for a second so it pops out and then move it into this window. Okay, and then I think I also have a sticker from our functional trackers sticker book here. It's this one. So I'm going to move this into this window by long pressing and dragging this tab onto this side over here. Okay, and then same thing. Long press and drag. Okay. And this could be any stickers, but again, I just wanted to recreate the exact one, just as an example. So from here, and with whatever stickers you're using, basically whenever I set up a layout, I take like, I don't know, like 3 to 5 stickers, and then I'll just take whatever colors are from those stickers. Usually they're from the same sticker sheet too, that way they already kind of have a color scheme going on for them. I'll just take like 3 or 4 colors and use that as my bullet points using the highlighter tool here. So you can take your highlighter tool and then I'll scroll to one of these circles and I would add a color. I could just eyeball it. It really doesn't have to be the exact same color. If they're just like a red, an orange, a green, and a dark green, that would be fine. Or if you wanted, you could take this color dropper and see how it's over here. I can click on an area here and it'll get the exact hex code, the exact color. I would just say though, if you're doing this, click on the color wheel after you've done that and then just make it like a couple shades darker or more saturated, because whenever you use the highlighter tool, it's never going to come out as this exact color. It's always going to be a little bit lighter. And you could do that for the rest of the colors here. But I'm really particular and I want to use the exact colors that I used here. So I can also show you how you can input hex codes that people give you into Goodnotes here. So I'm going to turn this in portrait mode because for some reason it will only do this in portrait mode. So I'm going to scroll down here into this plus symbol, and here I could put in a hex code. So here are the hex codes. I'll write them up here. And then after, you can just click add to preset, or you can just go back because I've already clicked the plus symbol. Now I want to make these as like the presets here. So tap on this and give us this one. Okay, and then I just use the highlighter. Mine is set to 3.25 millimeters. You can just drag this to change the width. From here, even if you wanted, I'd recommend if you take your lasso tool and you just select everything here, you can click on it and copy it and paste it into the back pages of your planner, or you can tap on it, click add element, and create a collection, layouts or something, and that way you basically have like a layout set up for you. You could go to a new page, and here, I'll show you right now. If I was on a new day and I was like, oh, it's pretty plain, but like, let me add some stickers. Elements tool, go to the collection you made, and bam. It's that easy. Okay, but let's keep going. I'm just gonna add, this is just a Spotify screenshot of like an album. I think I already have a screenshot saved. Yes, I've been listening to the Jungle album. And then this is actually from Dazz Cam. I think you do have to pay for this app, but just in case you wanted to know how to use it, let me go into Dazz Cam. This is what it looks like. You can tap here to select different cameras. These all have like different filters for each camera. I like this one because it's the Polaroid one. And then I'd click on add photo, and then I'd add like any photo, and then it saves already to my camera roll. So I'm just gonna add that using the photo tool. Okay, this is totally optional, but see how these stickers are all flat? I like to do this thing where I add like a shadow to them because I feel like it makes them like pop out. It gives them sort of like more dimension. It feels like a paper planner, and I love when you combine anything where it's like analog and digital. So if you think this is extra, that's totally fine. You don't have to do it. Again, I'm just giving you options of things that you could do. So I'm going to use split view mode with the app Keynote. This should come already for free with your iPad. So tap on here and click split view. And then I will open up Keynote, and you can just create a new presentation. It doesn't really matter what it is. Choose a theme. I'm just going to make it blank because I really just want to use the feature of being able to add shadows to stickers. I think it's like Keynote or Zoom Notes where you can do this in the app, which is cool, but I love Goodnotes too much. Like, I'm not going to switch just for that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the photo tool to tap on a sticker to select it, and long press, drag it over. I use my finger because if you accidentally use like your Apple Pencil or something here, it'll think that you're drawing. So don't do that. Okay, once you've done that, I'm going to select any sticker, click select objects, and down here click select all. And then let's just, that way it's selected all the stickers. I'm going to click on this icon here and go to shadow, toggle that on. And then I like this one specifically. And now they all have shadows. And I'm going to go back and just delete and add in these ones. So tap it, long press, drag. What you could even do, should I show you this right now? Just because if you're like, I don't want to have to keep doing that back and forth. If you wanted to, let's open, this is the Elements tool. Let's say I make a new collection by scrolling down here. I could just long press, drag these straight into here. So I have these like stickers already saved with specifically these shadows, but I'm not going to do that. Not right now. So, whoops, go back to the photo tool, do tap and delete. Okay, just gonna drag here to exit that. But see how everything just pops out? It's like so much cuter. Okay, next, I'm just gonna basically, if you haven't noticed, I'm just focusing on the visual part now. And then we can move on to like the text and how I do the time blocking. This part, I just take photos from Pinterest. I can't find these exact photos, but I'm gonna show you the process of what this is like. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do split view mode. So tap here, split view. Don't open the Pinterest app because they won't let you drag and drop things from there. It has to be from an internet browser like Safari or Google Chrome. So what I usually do, I have Pinterest, the website opened up here, and whatever the stickers are or the colors, I just like pick a couple colors again, say it's like, okay, let's start with orange. I would probably put like orange aesthetic outfit or just outfit, orange outfit. Okay, and then I would just pick a photo and then, whoops, long press and drag it straight into here. With the photo tools already selected, you tap on it, click crop. I know that you can also just do like the remove background feature from the Photos app. I don't like that. I like doing it like this because it looks more like a cutout, again, giving it that like kind of like texture paper feel to it. Oh, and then I have freehand selected down here. And it doesn't have to be super neat. And then, yeah, just add it down here. And I'll probably do that for like green. It doesn't have to be outfits either. You can look up like, I don't know, just green aesthetic or something. If you tap on it, you can click arrange to like send it backwards. Or send it forwards. Also too, sometimes when I'm on Pinterest, I just have just a collection or an album or whatever made that's called like, I think, scrapbook. And anytime I see stuff on my feed that's like aesthetic or just fits my vibe, I just add everything in there. That way, let's see, let's do that right now. I can just go straight there. Let's see. And start adding things from my collection here. No, but sometimes I could do this, but right now I'm looking for something very specific. That's pretty good. Okay. Let's start typing, I think. Okay, so I'm going to use the text tool. I'm using Vividly font. I'll link it right now, but we have a tutorial about how to download fonts and import them onto your iPad. So this Vividly font, that's why it's free. It's from dafont.com, and I use the app iFont to get it on here. So you're going to need that font. You could use whatever font, honestly. 19 point is the size here. You can make it, you can mess around with the font here, the font size. This, if you're not using these exact settings, this is going to depend, but if you are using Vividly font and this size, the line spacing is going to be 24.20. You would change that by sliding this around. Let's see, 24. And then to make it exactly 0.20, you would use this. The reason why this is important is because it makes it so that the words fit in between these lines. Okay. Once you do that, you would tap on this and click save as default. That way you don't have to do that again. I really don't like using the text tool in Goodnotes. One reason being that you can only have like one preset font setting saved, and I don't like to have to mess around with it again. Yeah, I'm just gonna start typing, I guess. Gonna go ahead and fill. I feel like all of this is pretty self-explanatory. So I'm gonna fill out all of this left side here. I did want to mention, okay, so usually I forgot that on our Instagram Reels, when I do this layout, I usually use the Scribble feature. And if you don't know what that is, basically it's a feature on most newer iPads where you can turn your handwriting into text. So I'm just going to show you how you can do that. I'm not going to do that, I think, for this video, just because like I do it more for the aesthetics, but typing for me is just so much faster. If writing is better for you though, you might like this option. So you would go into your settings app here and scroll down to Apple Pencil, and then you toggle on Scribble. And if you try Scribble here, they'll like teach you how to use it. So you can just like, let's see, try writing. If you write something, it'll turn to text. You can delete stuff by scratching it out. There's like other stuff here, but I'm just gonna show you what that would look like. So I don't always like to use it too, because sometimes, I mean, surprisingly today it's like working out really well, but sometimes they like misspell things, or sometimes I like to type in all caps or like write in weird, like some are caps lock, some are not. So I'm gonna turn that off though. I just want to show you what that would be like. You're gonna tap these actually, and you see this, you're gonna drag this wider. I'll explain why at the end of this. Just trust me. Okay, so let's get to the fun part. So this is when I time block like this. What you're gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and write out and type out my schedule, and then I'll show you how I time block. Okay, now that that's all done, I'm gonna use my highlighter tool to highlight the main kind of task that I have today. So I'm gonna use the smallest size here, so that's the 1.0 millimeter. So you make a rectangle, it doesn't have to be perfect, and then hold down at the end and it will automatically snap into the perfect rectangle. So again, just draw it, doesn't have to be perfect, snap it, and even at the end you can like edit it if you just drag without picking up your Apple Pencil. I don't like this, so I'm gonna click on the photo tool, tap on it, double tap, arrange, bring to front. Okay. Then for the rest of them, I'm going to use the shape tool to create these arrows to time block. So click on the shape tool. I'm using 0.45 millimeters in black. And I'm going to show you the quick way I do this. So I just draw lines. I'm going to draw the arrow part at the end so it's a little easier. But if you just draw a line, it will automatically snap it into a straight line. And then I draw the arrow parts. So I like to zoom in because sometimes if you're like too zoomed out, it won't really pick up the shape I'm trying to make. So that side's all done. Now we just have this section here. In my space of infinite possibility, I like to make these little sections for like my wins and, you know, what things worked today or things that I do want to work on or like roadblocks that came up. And then that way I can reflect and be like, next or tomorrow, I'm going to try these things. You can really make these sections into whatever you want, but we're going to go into the text tool. The font now is going to still be Vividly. I'm going to change it to 33 point. And then you just have to change the line spacing to at least 33 so that it doesn't get cut off. And I'm just gonna, I'll show you. It's gonna be kind of rough at first because I'm just gonna copy and paste these so I don't have to change those settings again. So tap on this. It should go back to the Vividly 19 point with the correct line spacing. And I'm just gonna type whatever right now. Put a dash here and then I click tab. Otherwise, if I click, I think the space bar, it'll turn into a bullet point and I don't want that. Because sometimes if you type like certain punctuations with this font, it like doesn't have that. And so it'll revert back to like Arial font or something weird. So just trust me right now. Trust the process. And then I'm just gonna copy and paste this. Okay, and now I'm just going to take my lasso tool and then select this, copy, and paste. And do that 4 times so I don't have to, I'm telling you, I really hate messing around with the font settings, so whenever I can copy and paste, I do. And then I'll change this into the headings that I want. I'm gonna use the highlighter tool in 3.25 to highlight these little headings. Whoops. And then just fill this out. Ta-da! We are all done. Okay, I'm gonna move that a little bit. Yeah, everything's pretty much finished. Okay, I'm gonna show this part because we get this question a lot too, how to label these tabs. Because when I save this, I also want to save that. So I'm gonna use the text tool here and the font Avenir Heavy. It doesn't matter the font size because I'm gonna resize this in a second anyway. So if you tap anywhere, make sure the bold is selected, and in all caps, I'll just type out my months because each of these represents a different week in the month, and I just need to know that, like, okay, all of these are January, all of these are February, etc. So type it out, use the lasso tool to select it, and then drag it over here, and I like to have it on its side, so tap on it, click resize, and then just drag this to rotate and resize. And then I don't want to do that again. So I am going to, should I make it a little smaller? Okay, and I'm going to select it, tap, copy, and then paste. I wouldn't try to paste on here because if you use the lasso tool in Goodnotes and you long press on something that's hyperlinked, it's gonna think you're trying to open the hyperlink, so just tap outside of here and drag. And then I'm going to make it easier and just select these and copy. That way I don't have to paste as many times. Do it one more time. And then for the next month, I don't have to do that process again at all. I just have to tap on this to edit it and type out the next month and repeat the process. And now you're really done. What you could do too, with your lasso tool selected, just select all of these. This is what I usually do. Select it and then add element. That way you don't have to repeat that ever again. You would just, if things ever change, you would just have to edit it easily, but you don't have to go into the font settings or rotating or resizing. But yeah, everything is all done here. Now you're like, oh, I have to do that again for the next day? No. So just tap on the lasso tool to make sure everything is selected. I'm gonna select all of this, including the tabs or the labels for the tabs. Tap it, click add element. Again, if you don't have the add element thing, you could just copy and paste this into the back pages of your planner and then just copy and paste it into a new page. That's totally fine. But say I'm in a new day here. Let's pretend this isn't here. I would just go into my elements tool, tap on my screen. I have my layouts collection I just made, and then I just enter it here. Then from there, all I would have to do is like erase this unless you have the same exact schedule. And then let's see, I would just change the things that I typed here. So I would just take my text tool, but it's so much easier this way than having to like place the text box where it needs to be and move things around. I just think it's so much easier to just edit everything. If you're like, I don't want the exact same layout though, here's what you're gonna do. Take the lasso tool. Let's delete this because maybe you want to change that every day. That's fine. Let's take the photo tool so we can just erase these stickers. Yeah, let's erase all the photos actually. But maybe you're like, I want to keep this color scheme because you like it with this colorway. That's fine. You could then just take the lasso tool, select this stuff. So again, you already have the foundation for everything. Add this as an element. Ta-da! And say you're like, oh, okay, it's a new day. Blank page. Do that same thing. Go into my elements tool, just add this. Now I have that foundation. I just have to edit what it says. And then you can just add in stickers. So let's go to the sticker book. Let's say I'm in I love cottagecore for the Haven Hills colorway. So I'm going to open this in new window. And then I can just drag and drop stuff straight into here. So something like that. And then you would just add in those Pinterest photos. But let's exit out of there. Let's say you want to use a completely different colorway. So I would, let's see, erase all of this. So you just have the text bare bones and select that. Add as element. And let's say I'm like in a different colorway. So, oops. I'm using the Alpine Lake here. And I just have that layout though already set up still. And what goes really well with Alpine Lake is the Adulting Work and Everyday Life sticker book. I'm going to open in new window. And then I would just drag and drop. And then what I would do is I would just do that thing where to get the bullet points, honestly, let's see, highlighter tool. I could just use any blues and reds, like a light blue, a dark blue, and a red. But again, if you wanted to do that thing where you pick the specific colors. I'm not going to repeat that. I really am just taking like dark blues, light blues. I'll take even this red from last time, and it'll be fine. And then when I do my time blocking, I mean, I would have to, it depends on the day. But that's pretty much it. So I hope you all learned something new. If you have any other questions or like comments or requests for tutorials you'd like to see, please leave them in a comment below. I am going to post, I think next week or the week after this, how we do, let me show you right now so you get a little preview. Because people have been asking about this for forever, but they want to see a plan with me of when I do the journaling layouts. Let's see if I have one here. Like how I do these layouts. So that will be the next YouTube video. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe.